Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Friday night. Thanks all for joining in. Be a part here on the stream for this one today. The Celtics looking for win number 60 this season, down to their second to last regular season game to close out the 2024-25 season. Boston 59-21, 26-13 in their home court, already have wrapped up the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they're a gigantic favorite tonight, a 20.5 point favorite on the line. Charlotte enters tonight's game with a 19-61 overall record, 7-32 on the road currently. That's tied for the last most road wins in NBA this season. 14 out of 15 teams in the Eastern Conference for Charlotte. Celtics looking for win number 60 tonight. What is a meaningless game towards the NBA standings. Boston already has wrapped up the 2 seed. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe for this one, and welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being a part here once again tonight for this game. Connor, what's good? Good evening out to you, man. Jeffrey, welcome back in. George, welcome in for this one here. And I think we're going to see a lot of players rotate in and out of the lineup tonight for the Celtics. I'm expecting limited minutes for the starts today, probably like a quarter or so for the Celtics starters. Everybody available besides Jaylen Brown tonight for the Celtics, so that's why the line is so huge tonight in this game. A 20.5 point favorite for Boston is because everybody's available. The only player not available tonight is Jaylen Brown, and probably won't be playing anytime soon until the start of the playoffs, which is either not this Saturday or this Sunday. It's the following weekend, which is the start of the playoffs. So the Celtics, after Sunday, they'll have a full week off of rest because next week is the play-in week here. But yeah, a lot of good stuff to go over. There's a lot of teams still that their seed is yet to be determined. The stacked Western Conference 3 through 8 right now. It's just a jumble between all these teams that can be 3 from 8 in the Western Conference, separated by like a game or two in the standings, which is crazy. Over the East, things much more calmer. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6 that are up for grabs, same as the 8, 9, and 10 spots in the play-in. But what we know for sure, Cavs have locked up the 1 seed, Celtics have locked up the 2 seed, and then after that, the Knicks currently the 3rd seed, but the Pacers on their tail currently, as it's a battle between 3 and 4 right there. But I believe Indiana's not playing their key players today. They're one game behind New York in the standings, and then the Bucks and Pistons facing off against each other twice this weekend. Tonight and also on Sunday. That's interesting because both of those teams number 5 and number 6 right now in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee with a slight upper hand, 2-game advantage over Detroit. Celtics probably going to see the Magic, most likely. Magic going to get sent to the play-in round for them, the 7-seed play-in team for them. They'll host either Atlanta, Chicago, or Miami in that 7 versus 8 play-in matchup early next week. And then it's just the play-in teams in the order to be determined. Right now, it looks like it's Charlotte versus Atlanta, the 7-8 game, and then the Bulls versus Heat in the 9-10 matchup in the play-in. What's good, Bryce? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate you here for being a part of the stream. Sorry to hear about that, Jeffrey, there. Lost 10-0. Yeah, that's a tough one there. Hopefully your team able to bounce back, and hopefully the next one will be much better coming up. But here we go. I'm going to go through my top 5 picks in the night here. So this is what I found for today. Very odd in terms of this game today because the Celtics have already locked up seeding, but this is what I'd like for my top 5 picks for tonight. 2 of these picks are not listed on it for overs. I would highly recommend to take Peyton Pritchard 15+ points or greater. If you could find that over in the sports book, Peyton Pritchard, I feel like, is going to have a big game today. He's averaging he dropped down 22 points per game, or 22 points in the last game against the Hornets back in November. He drilled 6 threes in that game. I like Peyton Pritchard over 3+ made threes tonight as well. So those 2 are not. I didn't see him this morning when I was going through the sports book, but I like Peyton Pritchard over points, over made threes today in this game for him at 15+ points, 3+ made threes. But this is what I got. I like the under in this game. Both of these teams playing the under most of the season. Charlotte is number 1 in the NBA, covering the under in 60% of their games this year. Celtics are 3rd in the NBA after the Hornets and after the Magic, covering 55% of their games on the under this season. And Charlotte has a laundry list of players out for today's game. They rank 29th in offensive efficiency. So I like the Celtics here to lock them up. Charlotte probably will not reach 95 points throughout tonight's matchup here. And I like the under 213.5 for tonight's game. And then I got unders for Tatum and Porzingis, both for points and rebounds. That's because I get a feeling Joe Mazzulla is going to put these guys in a limited minutes restriction today, and they should not be out here playing 30-40 minutes in a meaningless game. Tatum and Porzingis is probably going to play 1 quarter, and that's it. Like, why risk it? This is a meaningless game right now. That's where I like the under. Jason Tatum under 25.5 points, way under that point total tonight. He's probably going to see like 10 minutes of court time, and that's it tonight. Tatum under 8.5 rebounds, like that as well, because he's probably going to receive limited minutes. Porzingis under 18.5 points. Porzingis under 6.5 rebounds. So that's what I got for tonight there. Unders right down the line. If this was a regular season matchup that stuff was at stake, then I'd be smashing overs, but this is a very, very odd game tonight, saying that the season's already wrapped up for the Celtics. They've already got the 2 seed. That's why I like unders in every single column tonight that I got for my top 5 picks of the nights. Hornets Celtics under the 213.5 total points combined for this game. Jason Tatum well under that 25.5 points for him tonight. Same as the rebounds, under 8.5. Porzingis under 18.5 points. Porzingis under 6.5 rebounds. The 2 I liked that I couldn't find were Pritchard. If you find Pritchard out there, I think he's going to have a humongous game tonight for Peyton Pritchard. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm going to tip off in a couple moments from now. Jeffrey, what's good? Welcome in. Things going pretty well, man. Yeah, Charlotte with a laundry list of players out. They're trying to go for win number 20 this season. Celtics looking for win number 60. Here's the players listed out tonight for Charlotte. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams, which I put on the thumbnail, didn't realize he was out until like 5 minutes before. He started off this stream for Mark Williams, so I just threw him on because I was like, who in the world's playing tonight for Charlotte? This is what they got there for their... Oh no, he is playing. So he is playing. It was listed on Basketball Reference that he was out, but... the Celtics play-by-play announcer tweeted that he is playing. So he is playing tonight for Mark Williams. It's Grant Williams who is out. So LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, Grant Williams, Josh Green, Musa Diabate, and Trey Mann. Those are the guys that they have listed out tonight in this matchup, where their starters are KJ Simpson, Nick Smith, Josh Okogie, Daquan Jeffries, and Mark Williams. That's what they have. Celtics, everybody available for this matchup tonight besides Jaylen Brown. It's going to be Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, the starting five today. If there is a guy who goes over his player prop tonight, I would not be shocked if it is Al Horford. His points are pretty low. It's at like 9.5 points for him tonight for his player prop. And he also didn't play in the previous 2 games. He didn't play on Tuesday either because he was at the national championship game supporting his Florida Gators. So I expect Al Horford to get a little bit more playing time tonight than other guys like who have played throughout this week. Guys like Porzingis, Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday. So Al Horford's probably going to have more minutes for him to make up for those minutes because he hasn't played this week, to just get him back into game action for him since it's his first game of the week for Horford, whereas the other starters, it's their third this week. And then in terms of players who's going to make a big impact today, I expect it to be Peyton Pritchard all day, to have a humongous game tonight for Peyton Pritchard. He had 22 points and 6 made threes in the last meeting back in early November. Sam Hauser, I expect him to make a positive impact. Of course, Luke Cornett, Neemias Queta should be able to make a good impact tonight as well. And then Baylor Shireman, hopefully you get to see the bench. Jordan Walsh, if J.D. Davison's available tonight, would love to see him in this game as well. So that's what I expect out of the Celtics tonight, seeing probably 11, 12 guys rotate in and out throughout the course of tonight's matchup here, with just the spreading out of minutes. Tatum, Porzingis, those guys probably playing for 10 minutes or so, and then give them a rest for the rest of the game on the bench. That's why I stayed away from the line. It's a 20.5 point favorite for the Celtics. It's the whole entire cast besides Jaylen Brown's available, but who's really going to play a large bulk of these minutes? Probably Pritchard, Queta, Shireman, Jordan Walsh. Those guys, they're going to play the large bulk of the minutes tonight, whereas we'll see Tatum, Porzingis, Holiday, those guys play around 10 to 15 minutes most likely for them. Yeah, things going pretty well, man. If you guys are doing the stream, keep on smashing the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and get a tip-off here in a couple moments from now. Celtics 2-0 against the Hornets this season. Boston took Game 1 in the series back on November 1st, 124-109. Celtics took Game 2, 113-103 on November 2nd. Kind of odd with the scheduling between Boston and Charlotte because they didn't spread them out throughout the course of the season. They put them on a back-to-back against one another out in Charlotte back in early November. Here they close out the season in the late stretch of the season on a back-to-back Friday and Sunday. Here to close out the end of the season at Boston. So this is the first time that the Celtics have hosted the Hornets, who are terrible this year on the road. A 7-32 record for Charlotte in road games this year. And just rough there for Charlotte. Actually, that number on the spread increased to 21.5. That's crazy. I wanted to stay away as far from that as possible because we have no clue who's playing tonight, or so I stayed away from that spread for the Celtics to cover as much as possible. Honestly, I don't think they can do that. 21.5 points, that is humongous, especially if Tatum's going to play 10, 15 minutes tonight. If he goes out, plays 30, 35, 40 minutes, which he shouldn't, why risk it? Then, yeah, this is going to be a 130-80 blowout, but you already locked up the 2 seed. There's nothing really you can prove here in this game. Just get your starters a couple minutes of playing time, get them into a groove together, and then sit them for the rest of the game, get them their rest, and have the other guys be able to build up depth and help out the team when they have the opportunity to do so in the rotation come playoff time. Yeah, I heard the portal's been crazy lately. Yeah, hopefully a big year for your Fighting Illini coming up next season. So, yeah, I looked at a couple of the way too early top 25s. Looks like Houston is projected at the top for next year. They got 3 5-star freshmen coming in for Houston for next year. And, yeah, Pacers up right now against the Magic, 29-27. Kind of Shocked by the Pacers last night. They should have they played that game close against the Cavs, very close, and the Cavs were without anybody yesterday. That they had all their key players out. Hey, what's good, the Niger player? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I wasn't sure until I got home after work to go live today. So yeah, I finished up a lot of my work for tomorrow, so that's good. I got 2 lacrosse games for tomorrow, and then I wasn't planning on doing this stream tonight. I was supposed to have a baseball game for Sunday. That game, though, I found out this afternoon got postponed for the baseball game on Sunday that I'm supposed to do. It's rained every single weekend in the spring season. Is crazy with all the cancellations and stuff that I've got. But yeah, I was supposed to have 3 games for broadcast this weekend for college broadcast, and then this afternoon I found out it's just tomorrow. The 2 games I got tomorrow, which is going to be brutal tomorrow. Yeah, where I am, I'm an hour south of Boston, 40 degrees, freezing rain, 15-20 mile per hour wind gusts tomorrow. It's been just a dreadful spring out here. We've got no 60-degree temperatures. And I think we're going to get a couple 60-degree days next week, but we haven't gotten a single 60-degree day throughout maybe once, maybe just one time in the last 30 days. It's been terrible. It's been 40s, low 50s, drizzle, downpouring rain every single day throughout March and April. It's been just terrible. I actually woke up and we had snow, a dusting of snow outside this morning. Starters look like this tonight for the Celtics: Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis. This is a meaningless game. Nothing really to prove here in terms of the standings. This starting 5 probably going to play only a couple minutes, and that's it tonight for tonight's matchup, even though the Celtics are a 21.5-point favorite. Yeah, I just said that. 21.5 for 21.5-point favorites tonight in this game. Starters look like this for the Charlotte Hornets as they get a laundry list of injuries. KJ Simpson, Nick Smith Jr., Josh Okogie, Daquan Jeffries, and Mark Williams. That's who they have for the starting lineup tonight for Charlotte. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Everybody available tonight for the Celtics besides Jaylen Brown. He is the only player listed out due to a knee injury, but everybody else available tonight for the Celtics with the white jerseys, green numbers, green letters. They're going for win number 60 tonight, Charlotte. Looking to pull off a top 3 upset ever in NBA history as a 21.5-point dog tonight. I think the greatest spread ever in the history of the NBA was back in 2008. The Denver Nuggets were a 28.5-point favorite against the Miami Heat back in 2008. And the Celtics were, I think they were a 21.5-point favorite that year against the Heat back in 2008. But tonight, Celtics, this line over on ESPN, it just closed at 21.5 points that the Celtics are favorites tonight by a humongous landslide. Porzingis and Mark Williams about to go up here for the opening tip at midcourt. The ball gets tipped up. We're underway. Charlotte controls the opening tip. Right to left on the floor for the Hornets with the opening possession. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congrats there to Jeffrey. And I'll talk about what I just I have pinned in the chat a little bit. Horford with a big rejection out on the perimeter as the ball gets blocked out of bounds. Al Horford going up right here, just denying the shot attempt by Josh Okogie. Yeah, that's just insane. 28.5-point favorite. It was the Nuggets over the Heat back in 2008. Miss runner inside the key, no good by KJ Simpson. Rebound controlled by the Celtics by Horford. Horford making an impact right from the jump. Holiday at the left wing off the Porzingis screen. Bounce pass behind his back. Sets up Porzingis. Takes the 3. Bricked off the back rim. No good. A rebound secured by Okogie for Charlotte. Charlotte dead last in the NBA with an offensive rating of 107.0. Bounce pass underneath. Mark Williams soars up and throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Also, if anybody's interested in joining the Behind the Arc Basketball NBA playoff group for the bracket challenge for the NBA playoff group, I created that a couple of days ago. That link is in the chat. All are welcome to do so. I pinned it in the chat. Everybody's welcome to be a part of this year's NBA playoff challenge bracket group. Missed shot inside the key by Horford, attacking the paint right past Porzingis, and it's a left-handed layup score by KJ Simpson. Not a good start here for the Celtics, just going through the motions right now. Holiday sends it off to Tatum. Tatum at the edge of the midcourt logo. Tatum at the right wing, bounce pass behind his back, sets up Porzingis, takes the three, off the rim, no good. Porzingis not finding his stroke so far to begin this night. The rebound controlled by Nick Smith Jr. for Charlotte. Right baseline dribble, shovel pass underneath Mark Williams, no good, missed it from point-blank range over Porzingis as the rebound gets controlled by Tatum. Tatum, he has it at the top, dish outside Porzingis, jacks up another three right over Williams, missed off the rim short, offensive rebound goes to Tatum outside. Holiday bricked the three off the back rim. Williams controls the defensive rebound. Porzingis right now just going through the motion, not even bothering to box out. Celtics 0 for 4 from 3. The drive, the kick, the corner three by Charlotte. You got paid professionals here. This is the NBA. Any team can go off against you early on just like this here. 7-0 for the 21.5 point dog, the Charlotte Hornets. Coming into this matchup, White finally ends that 7-zip run. It's good for 2. What's good, Vegas? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Meaningless game for Boston, but sluggish start right now. Josh Okogie drives inside the key on Horford. Double teamed off Porzingis. Shovel pass underneath to Mark Williams. Mark Williams double teamed, and that ball gets thrown away. It's a turnover out of bounds. I'm curious to see how long these starters are going to play for. Looks like Boston just is going through the motions right now with these guys. Give Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, those guys the opportunity. Luke Cornett tonight. White gets fouled by KJ Simpson on the pass at the elbow. So we get the first personal foul of the night charged to Charlotte. Yeah, not a good start here for Boston. Just going through the motions currently. And that time, Derek White, impact player, assisted by Drew Holiday off the backdoor cutter by White. 7-4. Yeah, Derek White came to play today. Always comes to play. Missed layup from point-blank range off the top of the glass there by Charlotte by KJ Simpson. White off to Horford, into the hands to Tatum. Tatum steps around the Porzingis screen, takes the three. Off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by Mark Williams for Charlotte. As we are down to under 8:40 left to go in the first. Dribble behind the back with Nick Smith. Swings it outside to the wing. KJ Simpson with a three, and he lights it up from the perimeter. 10-4 for the 21.5 point dog. Charlotte came into this game a 21.5 point underdog. It ranks top 10 in the largest underdog on the spread in NBA history. Coming into this game as the lob goes out of bounds and went off Tatum last. It's a turnover by the Celtics. Big ew to begin this game right now. Tatum and Porzingis simply going through the motions. And that's what I talked about here at the pregame. I'll go to my projection slide here for my top 5 picks in the night. This is what it looked like tonight. What I got for my top 5 picks in the night. I took the under. I took Tatum well under 25.5 points. Took Tatum under 8.5 rebounds. Porzingis under 18.5 points. Porzingis under 6.5 rebounds because they're probably going to play like limited minutes tonight in this game. Right now, this is not a good start. Celtics looking for the inbound. It goes to the corner. Derek White, the guy who showed up so far tonight. Bang, bang for the perimeters. Got all 7 on the board for D. White. Well, D. White showing up right now. Perfect 3 for 3 from the floor. You know, the guys in the team that want to play to their potential every single day, earn that bag, earn that paycheck. That's Derek White. That's Drew Holiday. White, hand off to Holiday. The guys that's going through the motions right now, that's just looking forward to next weekend in the playoffs. But tonight, they're just going through the motions, playing it really slow, playing it careful. That is Tatum, as Tatum just got stripped and turned over to basketball. He's playing probably 20% what he's usually capable of tonight. Missed shot from point-blank range by Williams. Rebound control by White. White playing tough. White dribbles up through the teeth of the defense. Got it stripped down, and he turned it over. Into the hands to Mark Williams with a steal. 3-point lead for the Hornets. Both of these teams with 2 turnovers each in the first 5 minutes of action. Charlotte with a possession. Nick Smith Jr., former Arkansas Razorback, second year to NBA, has it at the right wing. Lob at the free throw circle. Williams, spin cycle, dump off, baseline, jumper, no good off the side of the rim. Missed by Okogie. Rebound, controlled by Porzingis. Yeah, Porzingis and Tatum just going through the motions. Lob down low. Horford, he ain't going through the motions. First game of this week for a Big Al Horford. Scores off the post up and then off the backboard. Derek White, responsible for every single scoring play so far tonight for the Celtics. 7 points, and then the entry pass assist over to Al Horford. What a start for Derek White tonight. Perfect 3 for 3 with an assist to begin this game. As we head to the first time out, the Hornets burned one with 6:36 left to go in the first. Yup, Derek White showing up strong tonight. Like, you know the guys who want to show up, earn that bag, earn that incentive. Playing one heck of a game so far. That is D. White. All-out hustle. All-out grit. Just an absolute gym rat for Derek White. And this is going to be a game of the gym rats. I expect Peyton Pritchard to come off the bench and have a humongous game tonight. So, this is what I took. Before the start of today's game, I took this Celtics and Hornets under 213.5 total points. Jason Tatum under 25.5 points. Tatum under 8.5 rebounds. Porzingis under 18.5 points. Porzingis under 6.5 rebounds. If there's two recommendations for the overs tonight, I would take Peyton Pritchard to 15 plus points or greater. I saw that one was around, right before tip, it was around minus 115 odds. The other one was Peyton Pritchard, 3 plus made threes. So those are the ones I like that could hit overs. Is once Pritchard checks in the game, I expect him to have a big game. But, yeah, just these guys shouldn't be playing many more minutes tonight between Tatum and Porzingis. Just simply looks like they're going through the motions out there and just they're just bored and looking forward to the playoffs. Yeah, draft comes up 2 weeks from now. It's kind of a poor scheduling of the NBA draft to put it like in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Like they got to start to like right now. The NFL draft, this was a primetime week for the NFL draft. For them to seize the deal, take advantage the week after March Madness. But unfortunately, they have to put it in the midst of the first round of the NBA playoffs for them. This week itself should have been when they take advantage of that. They've usually done it in early April. Like, there's usually never, like, a set, like, date in the rotation like there always is for, like, other major sporting events. Like the NBA regular season start. I always know that because it's usually around my birthday. My birthday's October 20th, and it's usually around, like, the October 20s, like, 19, 20, 21, 22 zone when the NBA regular season started. There's always a set date, like week 1 of the NFL season. That's always on my girlfriend's birthday, usually. She was born on September 10th. It's usually around like September 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 for week 1 of the NFL season, as we see Baylor Shireman cut up, or that's going to be a 3 taken off the top of the key here. That is Charlotte, number 31, with John Saloon, who just scored. Yeah, Shireman not on the floor just yet. Saloon looks kind of like him. Or so, 13-11 as the Celtics just scored down low off the dribble drive penetration. Charlotte missed the 3. Hit every single part of the rim right there as the rebound went over to Drew Holiday. Celtics, 9 points by Derek White, just scored a layup previously. White lobs it over to Porzingis. White has scored every single part of today's play so far. Porzingis down low, missed a turnaround shot, tipped off the glass, couldn't get the rebound either, as it goes back to Charlotte for the defensive rebound. Hopefully, you took the Hornets plus 21.5 on the spread. Looks pretty good right now with a 2-point lead midway through the opening quarter of action. Step back 3 in the air. Money from the perimeter. That is good from downtown by number 13. For Charlotte from the outside. Charlotte's 4 for 7 right now from 3-point range. That is Daquan Jeffries, who is on the board, and Porzingis finally gets going tonight as he sizzles the triple. Approaching the 5-minute mark left to go in the first. Attacking the paint here off the runner. Smith, no good off the mark, tipped around. White collects the defensive rebound. It's been all Derek White so far tonight. Tatum at the top, dribbles up inside the key. Tatum, a kick out, corner. Horford outside. Porzingis, pull-up jumper from 29 feet out. Missed off the rim, short. Rebound controlled by Charlotte. Mark Williams gave it away. White, lob down low. Tatum scores. Up and off the backboard. 16-16 on that. That was a 3 previously, so it should have been 16-14. Saloon at the right wing perimeter. 4.5 left to go in the first. Slides it off to his left over to Nick Smith Jr. He dribbles inside. Pocket pass. Jumper. Williams off the mark. No good. Tatum with a defensive rebound. Jason Tatum up to 3 rebounds so far in this first quarter. Horford touch pass out to the corner. Holiday. Holiday outside finds Horford. Horford launches the 3. Skipped around the rim and out. Rebound controlled by Saloon for Charlotte. Saloon met off the double team. Finds KJ Simpson. Edge of the midcourt logo under 4 minutes left to go the first. Simpson dribbles up inside the key. Runner over Porzingis left it short. Porzingis didn't even bother boxing out, and Simpson there with an easy putback. Yeah, Porzingis needs to be substituted out of this game. He's just going through the motions. He's getting ready for the playoffs right now. This is pretty poor basketball being displayed by Porzingis. Porzingis lobs it over to Tatum. Tatum at the elbow. Tatum, jab step. Brings along the double team outside Porzingis. Swings it outside to the wing. Holiday with a 3. Off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by KJ Simpson. Porzingis right now is just going through the motion. Stepping into nothing. Huge rejection off the bottom part of the backboard by Derek White. Derek White showed up big tonight. Horford running the floor. Horford puts it up. Horford blocked off the glass, cut it back. Tatum at the top, swings it off to Holiday. Outside of White, launches the 3. Off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by Saloon for Charlotte. 18-16. Hopefully you took the under in this game because it's where we're going right now as we approach the 3-minute mark left to go in the first. Nick Smith Jr. outside over to number 3, Daquan Jeffries. We're flying by here with no physicality, just one personal foul this entire game so far today. This game may wrap up before 9:15 p.m. tonight. Runner missed off the rim short there by Charlotte. Rebound secure by Tatum with his... that is rebound secured by Horford with rebound number 4. Kick outside. Porzingis off to White. White missed it over to Cylinder and a 3 from the corner. Porzingis tangled up with Nick Smith Jr. in the backside of the court here. Here goes Charlotte. Saloon blocked again by Derek White. Derek White, 2 blocks so far to open the quarter. Tatum, rhythm 3. He drills it. Celtics take the lead. 19-18. This first quarter just blazing right by. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Charlotte going for win number 20 tonight. Celtics looking for win number 60. Hornets flip up a runner right over Porzingis. It's an easy 2. Porzingis, oh man, the defense looking like Jokic out there on the floor. Not even bothering with foot speed and drop coverage. Yikes. Not a good start for Porzingis at all tonight. 20-19 as we head to the timeout. Minute 55 left to go in this opening quarter. This quarter just blew right on by. We're looking at this game on the pace we're going. This game could wrap up before 9:15 p.m. tonight for a 7:35, 7:40 p.m. start time game. Derek White, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Doing a little bit of everything tonight on the floor. 5 points by Tatum. He's got 3 rebounds. 3 points by Porzingis. Chucking up bricks. 1 for 6 from the floor. 1 for 5 from 3. Not even bothering with boxing out or anything tonight for Porzingis. KJ Simpson, 9 points for him. 6 points by Nick Smith Jr. 3 points by Daquan Jeffries. Celtics shooting an inefficient 36%, 3 for 13 from the perimeter. In a meaningless game tonight. Here's the games that do matter, though. Bucks lead the Pistons 62-56 with a win tonight. Milwaukee would secure the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Looking like the Bucks and the Pacers in the first round of the 5 versus 4 matchup. Sixers lead the Hawks currently 55-49. That is quite concerning for Atlanta. Yeah, that's concerning for Atlanta because their seed can still range between 8, 9, and 10 for them. So the Hawks, they're 1 game ahead of the Bulls. They're 2 games ahead of the Heat right now. That you got to be up there. They're trailing 58-52. Philadelphia 6-point lead with 2 minutes before halftime currently. And the starters are the Atlanta Hawks starters that have been starting games. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Onyeka Okongwu, Zachary Ricochet. These guys have been playing throughout the course of the season. Karis LeVert coming off the bench. That's embarrassing. That starting lineup's losing to guys like Marcus Bagley, Adam Bona, Jared Butler, Lonnie Walker IV, and Ricky Council IV. That's embarrassing for Atlanta right now that they're trailing right before halftime in a game that they need to win to make sure that they're the 8 seed and not dropping down to the 9 or 10. And the Knicks are up against the Cavs 28-17. Cavs resting their entire starting 5. Knicks need to win that game to secure the number 3 seed, which the Pacers have a bunch of their key players out tonight. Pacers are trailing in their game. They're pretty confident with a 4 for the Pacers. So the Pacers going to be the 4 seed. And the Knicks looking like they're going to be the 3rd seed as the Magic are crushing the Pacers 58-39. The Magic have already secured a number 7 spot, home court in the Eastern Conference play-in. First time on the floor tonight for Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, and Luke Kornet. Tatum still in the court currently as Porzingis is on the bench right now. Yeah, Porzingis just really concerning start here for the Celtics. Porzingis a big reason why, tossing up bricks, just not even bothering boxing out, going through the motions. He's probably done for Porzingis, honestly, tonight. You don't want to risk him anymore for Porzingis. That was the easiest bet I made on my life this morning when I saw, I'll put it back here once again. I took Kristaps Porzingis under 18.5 points, Kristaps Porzingis under 6.5 rebounds tonight, alongside Tatum under points, under rebounds today. There's no reason why these guys should be playing 30, 40 minutes in this game. The free throws got split there at the line for Charlotte. This is a meaningless game. Celtics have already wrapped up the 2 seed. Holiday at the left wing. Dribbles up inside the key now. Holiday back out to the top of the key. He's on the floor with Hauser, Kornet, Pritchard, and Tatum. Holiday pocket pass down low. Backdoor layup, no good. Missed by Kornet. No, he got fouled. 2 free throws coming up here by Luke Kornet at the line. Personal foul charged to Yusuf Nurkic for Charlotte. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Also, feel free to join in on the Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Bracket Challenge group. That link is pinned in the chat. All are welcome to join. We'll be doing the ESPN Challenge group for this year's NBA playoffs. So I get that link pinned in the chat. And everybody's welcome to join, be a part of this year's Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge group. Luke Kornet splits the free throws there at the line, 21-20. Charlotte with possession, the right to left on the floor. The final minute to close out the opening quarter. Nurkic, handoff at the top of the key. Number 7, Damian Baugh from the Memphis Tigers and TCU. Rookie on the floor in a 2-way contract. Over to Nurkic. Nurkic backs his way, playing bully ball. Right past Tatum, scores up and through it. It's good for the layup. 3-point lead for the Hornets. Celtics came into this game as a 21.5 point favorite. Top 10 in NBA history and largest favorites in a single game since the modern sports betting play-by-play era. Right baseline dribble, Tatum, and he blew the slam dunk. Holiday came up with a rebound. Hauser, open 3, swoosh. You can see who wants it tonight on the floor and who's faking it. Porzingis and Tatum clearly faking it, and they're selling. While Sam Hauser, Derek White, those guys are balling out tonight. Final 10 seconds left to go in the first here. Charlotte with a possession at the top of the key. Baugh, lob down low, backdoor layup, it's good. Up and in off the glass by Nurkic. 25-23. There's guys that's going through the motions, and guys just don't want to be there, and that's dreaming of the playoffs. Pritchard, mid-range, pinwheels in, connects on it. Good for 2 right before the buzzer by Peyton Pritchard. 25-25 to close out the end of the first quarter. Charlotte on their 3 hits the top of the glass as we expire at the end of 1. It is a tie game in a meaningless NBA game, in a game that the Celtics are just going through the motions with their starting five. 1 quarter in the books for this one here. Yeah, it's a shame because people bet big money on these events. And there's a thing about sports betting education. And there's a term as well that you gotta know the implications to this matchup here. If you're trying to put money on the spread for this game, gotta know the implications of this matchup. If you try to do any sort of quarterly or halftime spreads or any full game spread coverage, because this Celtics team right now already locked up the 2 seed, just simply going through the motions so far today. You can see that Tatum and Porzingis just are not focused on a regular season game that doesn't matter at all tonight. These guys are just getting ready for the playoffs. What's good, Jeff? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, there's no need to risk it. It should be Pritchard out there to the floor with Hauser, Cornette. Should be able to see a lot more Baylor Shireman, Torrey Craig, Kada, Xavier Tillman, Drew Peterson. Like to see Jordan Walsh and J.D. Davison. Those are the guys that should be playing the remaining part of this game right now. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams, as we're currently on a switch between quarters, 25-25 right now. Celtics shooting a low 4 for 14 from the perimeter. Porzingis just chucking up bricks up there, not boxing out, no risk with Porzingis. Should be sitting on the bench for this entire game here, because this is a game that nobody will ever remember. What does get remembered is the playoff runs. 25-25 starting off the second quarter. Left to right in the floor. Wise Porzingis on the floor right now. Peyton Pritchard, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White, Al Horford, Sam Hauser. That's the 5 on the court currently starting off the second for the Celtics. Porzingis backs his way, jumper, mid-range. Around the rim and out, he's shooting 1 for 7 right now for KP. Charlotte with possession, a 21.5-point underdog with a chance to take the lead, and they do. That is good in a laser from the perimeter. That is Seth Curry, Steph's brother, who nails the triple. 3-point game. If the Charlotte Hornets pull off this upset tonight, it will go down as the top 10 biggest upset via the spread in NBA history. There's 1 3 tonight made by Peyton Pritchard. Bang, bang from the perimeter. 28-28, 9-7 bench points in favor of the Celtics. Curry sends it off to the top into the hands to Nurkic. Backs his way into Horford inside the key. Nurkic, runner over Horford off the back rim, no good. Horford comes away with a right arm rebound. Celtics with possession. Derek White showing up here in the opening quarter. Outside finds Horford, pops up for the 3, skipped around the rim and out to rebound control by Curry for Charlotte. Hornets, a chance to take the lead here in this possession. Nurkic at the mid-block, backs his way into Horford. Nurkic brings along the double team as Pritchard tried to cut him off. And Horford battling Nurkic as Nurkic goes up, floats up the shot, got it to go, and he got fouled. Celtics were signaling a travel violation charged to Nurkic there, as Pritchard swiped it away from Nurkic. Yeah, it looks like he took a couple extra steps inside the key, but the refs called Al Horford on the shooting foul. Nurkic finished the bucket, and he will have an and 1, and that is good. 31-28. Celtics playing an F game so far in this first half. No physicality, just going through the motions. White Had an open look at the three, gave it up to Horford. Lob down low, looking for a Porzingis. Broke it up. It's a turnover. Terrible pass there. Tried to thread the needle by Horford to Porzingis behind the defense, who couldn't squeeze it. At the corner, jab step, Josh Okogie. Corner three off the mark, no good. A rebound controlled by Hauser. Pritchard, hustling like always. Looking for the bag here at the left wing. Slides it on top, Porzingis. Back into the hands to Pritchard. Dribble drives up to the low block. Sends it outside to Porzingis. Pops up for a ridiculous 39-footer. Missed off the back rim. No good by Porzingis. Offensive rebound controlled by Hauser. Pritchard at the top of the key here. Pritchard still at the top. Dribbles. Drives down the lane inside. Pritchard no good. Missed the layup. A rebound controlled by Charlotte. That is a no. The Celtics starting lineup is all playing in this game besides Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's the only player that's resting. Every single starter is playing. Terrible game by Porzingis. Why in the world is he still on the floor right now? Celtics playing their entire starting five besides Jaylen Brown tonight, and this is the numbers. 9 points in 12 minutes by Derek White. He's been the only guy that's been excellent. 5 points by Jason Tatum in 12 minutes, shooting just 2 for 6. Porzingis has been abysmal. 3 points in 12 minutes, 1 for 8 shooting, 1 for 6 from 3. 2 points by Al Horford, 1 for 5 shooting. Nothing by Drew Holiday in 12 minutes. And, yeah, these guys looking like they're going through the motions as we take a timeout on the floor. 31-28, non-physical game. Celtics looking like they're in la-la land out here. And, yeah, they're not focused on this game. Yeah, there's something called watching film. And Mike Malone got fired because he took it on his team tough, and he admitted the brutal truth that nobody on the Nuggets watches film. And you know what? Russell Westbrook is the main reason why Mike Malone got fired. Terrible, terrible mistakes throughout the season for Westbrook. Here's a bad stat right here. Russell Westbrook leads the league in passes out of bounds, and he leads the league in ball handling strips as the main playmaker. So those are two terrible stats right there that he leads the league in, is passes that sailed out of bounds into courtside seats, and also times that he's gotten stripped that it's gone out of bounds. Missed layups a couple weeks ago, that game against the T-Wolves that they should have had. He missed the game-winning layup, and then he committed the foul on the other side and the three-point shot. The game after, he missed a critical layup against the Spurs. The game after, lost that game too. And, yeah, Mike Malone, who won a championship for Denver, was telling his team about the brutal truth. And, Russell Westbrook, big part about that. Yeah, same as the GM. The GM, I heard that Mike Malone and the GM just didn't speak with one another. Yeah, some major roster construction issues. Like, how in the world do you go from winning the championship to not retaining guys like KCP and Bruce Brown? Yeah, brutal game so far tonight by Boston here. They're just going through the motions, focused on the playoffs right now. Porzingis, his shot selection's been ridiculous tonight. He's popping up for like 35-foot threes. We get back to action. Inbound here for the Hornets. Nurkic at the elbow. Hand off Curry. Takes the three. Makes it. 34-28 Charlotte. White on the court with Pritchard, Horford. Porzingis is still on the floor, and Sam Hauser. White sends it over to Pritchard. Top of the key. Pritchard dribbles up to the elbow. Bounce pass behind his back. Sets up Horford. Lob down low. Porzingis flings it up, and Porzingis gets fouled. So 2 free throws coming up here by Porzingis as he got held up going into his shooting motion. That was number 12, Josh Okogie, who held him up. There's no reason why Porzingis should be in this game right now. I think Joe Mazzola just wants him to score another field goal from the floor. He's 1 for 8 shooting. 3 points by Porzingis. Buries the first free throw, so he's got 4. Second free throw. Right down the middle. 34-30. What's good, old man on the street? Welcome in. Yeah, this game doesn't really mean much in terms of standings tonight. Curry at the top of the key for Charlotte. Off the dribble towards his right. Finds Nurkic in the behind-the-back bounce pass. Nurkic takes the 3 straight away off the back from no good. Rebound controlled by Derek White. Derek White's been basically the lone guy who showed up tonight here. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Porzingis at the free throw circle. Backs his way in Porzingis. Up fake. Porzingis jumper. 15-footer. Left it short off the rim. And his struggling shooting woes continue tonight now. Shooting just 1 for 9 from the floor. Charlotte with possession. Nurkic. Handoff at the elbow off to Curry. Outside finds number 7 at the top of the key. That's Damian Baugh. Nurkic, 5 in the shot clock. Out to the right corner. Corner 3 by Charlotte. They drill it. And it's good by Jalen Sims, the rookie out of UNC Wilmington. 7-point lead for the Hornets. Under 8 minutes left to go before halftime. White. And we get a foul here. Porzingis was held up. Working on Sims around the perimeter. That's on Sims. Tatum's about to check back into this game here. Sam Hauser will take a seat on the bench. I really don't get this entire rotation tonight. Really don't get this rotation right now. This is a good opportunity for Hauser to log in a 30-minute game for him to get substituted out. Al Horford off the inbound, drills the 3. 4-point game. Down to 7.5 left to go before halftime. Push pass left corner, wide open 3. Josh Okogie missed it off the mark, no good. Tipped around Horford, tried to tip it to Tatum. And out of bounds, last touched off Tatum. It's going to stay Charlotte ball. Yeah, this is a really embarrassing game for the Celtics. Based on the personnel that they have on the floor, they're just not even trying to compete. Porzingis not even putting any sort of effort into this game at all. Tonight is the quarter 3 drills down by Josh Okogie. 40-33 for Charlotte. 8 for 14 from the perimeter by the Hornets. Celtics just 6 for 18. Tatum finds Horford, steps into the open 3 off the rim, short. Offensive rebound controlled by White. Tiptoes the baseline, jump off Porzingis. Porzingis triple teamed underneath, blocked from behind, got fouled. 2 shots coming up here by Porzingis. Yeah, Porzingis having a tough time with the physicality today. Just simply going through the motions out here. 1 for 10 shooting from the floor tonight for Porzingis. First free throw is good. Yep, they call him Tingus Pingus for a reason. Second one here at the line. That one's good. 5-point game currently. Under 7 minutes left to go before halftime. Hornets bring it up the floor. Top of the free throw circle, Nurkic. Handoff outside, Curry. Curry guarded by Tatum. Lobs over to Nurkic. Nurkic at the elbow. Nurkic backs his way in Porzingis. Nurkic brings along the double team. Nurkic hook shot. Affected by Porzingis. Rebound controlled by Horford. Celtics with possession. Pritchard races up the floor. Pritchard around the screen. Dump off Horford. Outside Pritchard. Lob down low. Horford is too easy. Big Al Horford with a wide open layup. 3-point game right now. Hornets with possession. Nick Smith Jr. sends it on top over to Nurkic. Nurkic off towards his left around the perimeter, finds Curry. Curry tiptoeing the left corner. Shovel pass over to Smith. Smith looking to turn the corner. Leaves it off for Nurkic. Nurkic high arcing three. Missed all glass. Rebound secure by Horford. Celtics with possession. Pritchard up the floor. Quick three here by White. Misfired off the rim. A rebound secure back to Nurkic. Charlotte 3-point lead approaching 5.5 minutes left to go before halftime. Nick Smith Jr. A lot of dribbling here around the perimeter. Bounce pass off to his teammate. Couldn't finish. Going up, got fouled. Josh Okogie will have 2 free throws coming up here for Charlotte. $5:35 left to go before halftime. Only 5 combined fouls right now in this opening half of action. This game might be done around like 9:15 or so in terms of time. We started off, this might last like, this game might last like an hour 45, and that's it. Luke Kornet checks into the game right now. First free throw is good for the Hornets. And Porzingis will take a seat on the bench here. Second free throw, no good off the back rim. Battle for the rebound, and it's sent into the Celtics' direction as Charlotte couldn't save it at the baseline. Horford came up with a loose ball. Horford at the left wing. Moves it over to Pritchard, into the hands to Tatum. Screen gets set by Horford. Tatum fires a bullet. Right corner, 3 missed off the mark. No good by White. Rebound secured by Mark Williams for Charlotte. 4-point game right now. Non-physical game with barely any free throws, barely any fouls. And a layup is good at the rim by the Hornets to go up by 6. 43-37. Celtics have gone through the motion this entire night tonight. As we're under 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Tatum finds White. White dribbles up. Kick out corner. Open 3. Horford. Swash. Or that is good. Peyton Pritchard from the corner drilled a triple. It's 43-40. Yeah, correction on that one. That was Pritchard from the corner there. Nice no-look pass sent by Derek White. 3-point game. Yeah, I know Pritchard's going to be playing big role tonight right now. Good start for PP at the moment. Jumper mid-range off the mark, no good by Charlotte. Offensive rebound. Putback is there for 2 for the Hornets. And that is Mark Williams with a putback. 5-point lead for Charlotte. Tatum at the top of the key. Finds Horford at the corner. That is Horford. He splashes the triple. 45-43. Al Horford tonight over his player prop of over 9.5 points. He's got 10. 10.7 rebounds. He has hit his player prop for him, so he has made up for the 2 games that he missed earlier this week, getting 18 minutes right now for Horford. That is tied for Derek White for the most minutes of any Celtic played in this game. And Josh Okogie having a good game tonight, just scored for 2 more. Okogie has got himself 7 right now. Charlotte plus 10 points in the paint, 20-10. Tatum at the right wing. Pocket pass finds Horford. Launches the 3. Top of the key. Rattles in. Good for another triple. 13 by Big Al Horford. Horford having a great game tonight. 1-point game here for Boston. Yeah, we know the tryhards, who they are in this team. Horford, White, Pritchard. Those guys are the guys that showing up here today, whereas Tatum and Porzingis, those 2 guys simply going through the motions. Josh Okogie sinks down the 3. Charlotte shooting 56%, 9 for 16 from the perimeter. 50-46. Tatum slows tempo, crosses midcourt. As we approach the 3-minute mark left to go, Tatum lets it fly. Missed the 3, rattled out. Rebound secure by Okogie here for Charlotte. This game is whizzed right on by tonight. Josh Okogie playing iso ball. Luke Kornet takes him side of low post. Shovel pass underneath Mark Williams. Off the glass, no good. A rebound ripped away by Kornet. Celtics with possession. Pritchard at the left wing perimeter. Screen gets set here by Kornet. Pritchard dribbles up inside. Pritchard, a jumper, mid-range, connects on it. Good for 2 more by Peyton Pritchard. 50-48. Pritchard in double digits. He has got 10. Yeah, those were the 2 guys I talked about in the pregame that were going to have great games tonight. Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard combining for 23 out of the 48. right now. Pull up Jay from the parking lot by Nick Smith Jr. Missed off the mark, no good. Tatum collects his 4th rebound. Celtics with possession. Tatum approaching the 2-minute marker left to go. Tatum lobs it up over the top. Luke Kornet rolls down to the hoop, soars up, and throws it down with a 2-hitter flush. Celtics playing like 20% of what they're capable of tonight. This game is looking like an all-star game with not much offense to it in this game. Very little physicality, tons of bricks. Not the offense in terms of the all-star game, but the physicality has been at a very, very minimum tonight. We take a timeout on the floor. Tatum picks up the reach and foul. 1:47 left to go before halftime. This game is whizzing by. This game's gone by quick. No physicality, not many free throws. Just going through the motions out here in this one. Yeah, this looks like a simple pickup game that's being played. Celtics came into this game as a 21.5-point favorite. If the Celtics lose this game, it would rank top 10 in NBA history all time in biggest upsets per the spread. Largest spread ever in NBA history for a point favorite was Nuggets versus Heat back in 2008. Denver was a 28.5-point favorite in an NBA game. The spread this morning was at 19.5 points. Yeah, because when I saw that this morning, I was like, whoa, there's no way that the Celtics are going to cover. That's my first thought. When I thought about this game at first, like last night, I was thinking about the spread. I was like, yeah, what do you think the spread's going to be for this game? I'll go Celtics by like 4.5. They just got smashed against Orlando without any of their starters playing. Yeah, they'll cover by 4.5 points tonight because they'll be without Tatum, they'll be without Brown, they'll be without Holiday, White, Porzingis. Probably Horford will get rest too, so it's going to be the starters with Pritchard and Hauser and Jordan Walsh and Luke Kornet, Baylor Shireman. Those guys going to get playing time. But no, they decided to play everybody besides Jaylen Brown. We get a tie game at 50 right now. Yep, yeah, this must drive them nuts. Just the job security of the NBA based on what we've seen with all the head coaches recently. Nick Nurse won in Toronto in 2019. Darvin Ham and the Lakers. Yeah, that was Frank Vogel. Yeah, Frank Vogel was before Ham. It was Frank Vogel who led the Lakers before Ham, and then Ham got fired, I think, a few years ago. And then Budenholzer for the Bucks in 2021, and then Mike Malone, 2023 champion. So recent head coaches that's got fired after winning the championship like a couple years later. It's been a trend that we've seen recently. We get a free throw here by Charlotte coming out of the timeout, and the free throw is good by Nick Smith Jr. So there was a technical added to that. Not sure where the technical is from on the Celtics, but there was a technical to that. Nick Smith Jr. made the free throw coming back from the timeout. 51-50 with 1:45 left to go before halftime. Bad pass by Charlotte Sales to the second row of the seats out of bounds. Tatum's on the floor with Porzingis, White, Horford, and Holiday. They get their entire starting five out here for the final minute and a half left to go before halftime. Tatum off the Porzingis screen, dribbles up top of the key, bounce pass behind his back, sets up Porzingis, takes the three. That's more like it. It's a laser from the perimeter by Porzingis. Lead goes to 2 right now for the Celtics, 53-51. Nick Smith Jr. guarded by Holiday, switched to your guard, the top by Horford, lob down low, Mark Williams behind the defense, soars up and puts it through, up and off the backboard. 53 even. Approaching the final minute left to go before halftime here, Tatum. At the right wing, Tatum, bounce pass. That's a terrible pass. Luckily, it was Saloon who broke it up off his fingertips and it sailed out of bounds. Tatum was looking for a cutter backdoor. Nobody decided to cut there. Inbound goes to the top. Porzingis dribbles up, drives. Porzingis lob down low. White dish outside to the wing. Horford into the hands of Porzingis, playing patience here with Mark Williams. Porzingis goes up, gets hacked, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Mark Williams, who picks up the shooting foul. Yeah, he should not be playing half number 2. Porzingis needs to be kept on the bench for half 2 tonight. Ice Baby, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. First free throw, no good. Skipped around the rim and out, missed by Porzingis. Yeah, such a short leash that head coaches have right now. It's just stunning how we've seen head coaches get fired. We thought the Memphis Grizzlies was bad, firing their head coach for like a month before the playoffs. With the Denver Nuggets last week. Hold my beer about that. We got 3 games left and we're going to fire the head coach. And with a week and a half before the playoffs makes absolutely 0 sense. Missed shot there by Charlotte out of bounds as it go back to the Celtics. Yeah, good to see you again, Ice Baby. And then last year there was Adrian Griffin, who had a 31-13 record for Milwaukee, and he got fired. Just insane. Celtics with the ball. 9-second differential, shot clock and game clock to close out here before halftime. Derek White lobs it over to Tatum. Tatum dribbles up, a jumper at the elbow, off the back rim, no good. Missed over Mark Williams. Rebound secure by Charlotte by Nick Smith Jr. Hornets in the final seconds left to go before halftime. Smith, drive, a kick, quarter 3, missed off the rim, short. Rebound secure by Horford. Up the floor, Tatum, and Tatum gets stripped at the buzzer, and we close out, go to halftime. 54-53. Joe Mazzulla thought that Tatum was fouled on the shot. Still talking to the officials about the call. What an embarrassing first half. Really embarrassing first half. Celtics had legit 2 guys that showed up to play basketball. Al Horford's one of them. Derek White's the other. I go with Peyton Pritchard being the third. They had 3 guys show up in the first half that's ready to play today. The rest of the team, not so much. Nobody else came ready to play. But Al Horford certainly did. Horford, this is his first game this week. He didn't play on Tuesday because he was at the national championship game supporting his Florida Gators, and he didn't play on Wednesday either. So it's his first game of the week. He's made up for it with points and rebounds. Could have a double-double before this night said and done. 13 points, 8 rebounds tonight for Horford. 3 for 6 from the perimeter, 5 for 10 from the floor. And then Derek White, he's got 9 points alongside 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. Peyton Pritchard, solid game by him, coming off the bench in the first half, 12 minutes. He's got 10 points, perfect. 2 for 2 from the perimeter, 4 for 5 is shooting the ball from the floor for Peyton Pritchard. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. A meaningless game tonight here. Josh Okogie leads the way for Charlotte with 10 points. Just, It's unfortunate what we're seeing out there tonight. Jason Tatum, Porzingis, those 2 guys just going through the motions, playing just soft basketball, getting ready for the playoffs. 5 points in 20 minutes by Tatum. Just 2 for 8 shooting. Porzingis tossing up boulders. 11 points on 2 for 11 shooting. 2 for 7 from 3. Those guys should not be playing out here in half 2. Scores throughout the NBA. Milwaukee Bucks can clinch the number 5 spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs with a win tonight over the Pistons. Right now the Bucks lead 81-74 at Detroit. Magic are smashing the Pacers 79-51. Looks like it's going to be the Bucks against Pacers in the opening round in the 5-4 matchup. This is a bad sign for Atlanta here. Atlanta has their starting five on the floor. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Rechache. And right now, the Hawks are trailing at the Sixers 70-68 in a game that means something for Atlanta because they are looking to secure the 8th seed in the play-in round. If they lose this game, they're in jeopardy of dropping back to either the 9 or the 10 if they lose their final 2 games to close out the season. So that's concerning right there for the Atlanta Hawks that they're actually trailing by 2 at the Sixers in a game that doesn't mean anything for Philadelphia besides a lottery pick in the draft for them, that they should be losing that game, and the Hawks are trailing by 2 right now. Knicks, with a win, can secure the 3 seed. They're up against the Cavs 56-42. Cavs coming off night 2 of a back-to-back, not playing their starters tonight, already locked up the 1 seed. Knicks, a lot more game that they could play for them. That's all they have to do is win that game. They would secure the 3 seed in the East for New York. Bulls up against the Wizards 23-20. That's a must-win game for Chicago. Chicago right now is in the number 9 spot in the East. With a win today and the Hawks loss against Philadelphia, then they will be tied with a 38-43 record each. That's where it's really interesting there, is we would have a tie for the number 8 spot in the East between Atlanta and Chicago if Chicago wins and Atlanta loses tonight. And then the Heat's up against the Pelicans 33-16 now for Miami. Miami, number 10 team in the East, playing for them, looking to see if they can climb up that ladder for the Heat. And if you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, as right now we're at halftime. Daniel, what's good? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. And feel free to join in on the Behind Your Basketball NBA Playoff Bracket Challenge group. That link is pinned into the chat. I just activated it. It's the first year that we'll ever do it. It's the Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge group. We're going to do ESPN just like the March Madness Tournament Challenge. The brackets will lock, I believe, on the day of the first round. I believe that's Saturday that those brackets will lock. So feel free to be part of this year's Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Bracket Challenge group. The link is pinned into the chat. All are welcome to join and be a part. It is totally free to do so. Right now we got 8 total members, so let's see if we can keep on growing the members for the Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Bracket Challenge group. Yeah, I can understand that. And I can definitely understand that based on this game right now where the Celtics just going through the motions. But yeah, that's going to be a battle. If the Celtics don't have a healthy Jaylen Brown, then they're susceptible to losing against the Cavs. I think the question mark there is going to be, how healthy is Jaylen Brown for this playoffs? Because he is dealing with a knee injury right now. The positive sign is that he's got a week plus to rest, so that's good. Also, other good signs are if the Celtics can win these playoff series matchups in 4, then it could give Brown an extra 5 to 7 days before the start of their next matchup in the second round and so on before they get to the conference finals. But yeah, I think Jaylen Brown's the X factor, and his health is going to be the key for the Celtics playoff run for him. Hey, what's good, Andrew? Welcome in. Things been well. I got a team that nobody's talking about that everybody should watch out for. That team's the Clippers. Clippers are 16-5 in their previous 21 games. These are the best teams. Let me see. Should I do it by March 11th or March 1st? That's when I'm looking to see what I can do here. I'll do it by March 11th since it's the last month or so. These are the best teams in the NBA since the last month. The Thunder, 13-2, top team in the NBA. Pacers are second, 14-3. Clippers are third at 13-3. Celtics are fourth at 12-3. The Rockets at fifth, they're 12-3. Magic are sixth. Magic have been playing much better recently, 10-4. T-Wolves look pretty scary right now too, 10-4 in their last 14 games. Golden State's 10-5. Golden State have been playing really well since the Jimmy Butler trade for them. Teams that's been cold. Well, both the Kings and the Mavs, they're in the playing game. They're probably not going to make any seed in the West. But, yeah, there's concern both about the Nuggets and the Grizzlies. Each of those teams are 6-9. In their last 15 games, they have a worse record than the Spurs. That's really concerning. So the Nuggets and the Grizzlies, a 6-9 record in the last month. That record's actually worse than the Spurs, who are 7-10, which they're the hospital Spurs without Wemby for like the last month or so. That's a concern there. The Blazers got a 7-7 record in their last 14 games. The Blazers have a better record than the Hawks, the Nuggets, and the Grizzlies. Pistons are just 8-7. Pistons go red hot when they faced the Celtics. I think that was back in I think that was February. They were red hot at one point. Like early February, they ripped off a bunch of wins in a row, but they started to cool down recently for them. Chicago's looking pretty good, though. Chicago, top 10 team in the last month with a 10-5 record. They might sneak in for Chicago. Hey, what's good, Mr. Fulton Raz? Welcome in. Yeah, the Hawks right now having a lot of issues with the Sixers. This is a must-win game for Atlanta to still be in the number 8 team in the East. And right now the score is 76-74. Hawks by just 2, leading the Sixers with under 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Yeah, Clippers and Sixers, those are the teams that have historically have massive choke jobs before. Woof. Ja Morant again got fined. So he's doing that celebration again. He said that mimicking his celebration of a grenade toss was his celebration now until somebody else has a problem with it, and then he'll find another one. So he's getting all these fines, but yeah, he ain't gonna do anything to stop it. Yup. Ben Simmons. Every time, what a money steal. What a money steal there for Ben Simmons. Every time he stepped on the floor, you knew it was 5v4 on the floor, because you know that he won't bother shooting the basketball, so you're down one less offensive weapon for your team. So that makes the coverages a lot more simpler, because he never faces towards the basket. He's always, whenever he's out around the perimeter, he's not going to shoot it. He's just got his eyes on the other sides of the floor just to pass the ball and find any of the 4 other guys. So let's see here. Colton Allegiant for Mr. Fulton Moraz, and being selected as a Hall of Fame winner. That's awesome. Congrats to you, bud. and to really offer you the opportunity to join this group for the 2025 NFL season. That's awesome. So congrats there, man. That's great, bud. Hopefully we'll see a better second half coming up. I don't expect Tatum and Porzingis to be out there for half number 2. If you guys didn't catch my stream in the pregame, this is what I took for my top 5 picks for tonight. I took the under for this game, which, let's see what the middle range is. I think it's going to be close here. It's like right on the cut line. 107. Yeah, 107 combined right now. 54, 53. That's adding up to 214. So it's a half a point over right now. We'll see what happens here in half 2. I got Tatum under 25 points. Tatum under 8.5 rebounds. Porzingis under 8.5 points. Porzingis under 6.5 rebounds. And actually Porzingis is just 2 rebounds shy of going over that, shockingly, because it's looked like he's going through the motions this entire game for him. But Tatum's been nowhere to be seen offensively. 5 points by Tatum. Porzingis just 11 points so far today. It's been Al Horford, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. Those are the 3 guys that showed up. Yeah, probably not for Peyton Pritchard for a Supermax. There's only so much that they can pay players because the new collective bargaining agreement's gonna make it much tougher. So from what I heard, that the Celtics are, they're concerned about next year because of the whole collective bargaining agreement. That's why you see Phoenix with no depth on their team, because they're paying the big bucks over to Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, and they have 0 depth on that team. And then another issue with the Denver Nuggets is that they're paying a guy like Zeke Naji something crazy. I heard something like $28 million or something for Zeke Naji for him, which he's barely an impact player in any way. As we get back to action, Tatum lobs it up over the top, and Luke Cornett throws it down with a right-handed flush. So Tatum's still on the floor right now to begin this third quarter. Cornett looking like Superman soaring up high there with a dunk. 5 in the court look like this for the Celtics. White, Tatum, Holiday, Cornett, and Horford. So Porzingis right now is on the bench as Charlotte knocks down a runner inside the key for 2. Celtics with possession. Holiday looking to see if he can get on the scoring right now. Holiday jumper connects in the 2. Finally on the board tonight for Jrue Holiday. That's his first made basket to begin the early stage of the third. Charlotte going left to right on the floor with possession. KJ Simpson at the left wing off the screen set by Mark Williams. Slides it across the court over to Okogie. Okogie, his 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Williams as he simply out-hustles Jrue Holiday. Corner 3, no good off the mark by Seth Curry for Charlotte. White across the floor finds Tatum. A rhythm 3. He cans it. Jason Tatum from the perimeter. Celtics by 6. 61-55. Boston right now is in a groove at the moment. Down to 10:40 left to play in the third. Curry at the left wing perimeter. Curry defended by Holiday on the outside. Fires it off to his right into the hands to Josh Okogie. Okogie outside finds Curry. 6 in the timer. Curry off the double team. Dribbles up down the lane. Curry got it stripped to the bounce off his knee. It's a turnover. Yeah, I agree. It's As Derek White here knocks down a big-time three off the catch and fire. Largest lead tonight here for the Celtics, 64-55. Yeah, eventually something is going to have to happen. This knee injury right now, it's kind of concerning for Jaylen Brown. Something's going to have to happen down the line, and that's why the whole CBA coming up is concerning, like whether the Celtics can afford Jaylen Brown in the next couple of years from now or so, as we'll have a pair of free throws here coming up at the line. Derek White just... He's showing up tonight to play. That's now 3 blocks tonight for Derek White. Just got his 3rd in the night. And Luke Kornet will shoot 2 shots here at the free throw line. First one's good. Hey, what's good? Marcus, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Second shot missed off the mark. No good by Kornet. This is the first double-digit lead in a night for the Celtics, up by 10. Charlotte with possession. KJ Simpson, right baseline dribble on Holiday. Inside the key double team. Swings it down low over to Mark Williams, and Williams gets fouled. That is charged to Kornet on the floors. The clock will stop with 9:26. And Curry will be the inbound passer here for Charlotte. Inbound goes over to Okogie. Okogie dribbles up inside the key. Okogie drives on Kornet, bumped into, and no call with the refs. The tip-in is good for 2 by Mark Williams. 65-57. White, bullet of a pass down low. Kornet couldn't squeeze it. Sailed off the bottom part of the glass. It's a turnover. Charlotte running the floor transition, trying to throw down a huge dunk right over White. Couldn't go down. The putback is there, though, for 2 for Mark Williams, though. Derek White, 3 blocks, able to alter a miss over the top of him on the outstretched arms of a slam dunk attempt. Tatum has it at the left wing. Tatum towards his right. Steps into a 3. Top of the key. Drills it. And he gets fouled. Jason Tatum. And one coming up here at the free throw line. 68-59. Yeah, he went through a rough stretch. I remember January. That was a really, really rough stretch for him. He talked about that. I think there was like a Celtics video documentary a couple weeks ago how he had some issues going on and he started to lose faith in himself, and then he got the confidence back once he got into the month of February. The free throw is good by Tatum. 10-point play. Complete. Good to see my man's back on track. Tonight, Derek White, 12 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. He keeps going over that 4.5 player prop for assists. That's been just like a key lock go-to recently for him. Last 10 games, averaging around 6.5 assists per game, yet the props around 4.5 assists constantly. Missed shot, no good. Inside the key, off the mark by KJ Simpson. Tatum steps into a 3 at the top of the key, off the mark, no good. A rebound controlled by Charlotte here. And a turnover by the Hornets up the floor. Cameron, welcome in. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah. Unfortunate for your Hornets. Just every single year the team's banged up. It's kind of on the similar level as the Pelicans. Like both of those teams having some major just medical problems for a lot of these recent seasons or so. As the Celtics score a backdoor, Luke Kornet with another made bucket. Celtics got 5 guys in double figures right now. Luke Kornet up to now 8 total points, a plus 15 on the floor. One of the top plus players in the NBA in box plus minus this season. As this will lead us to a timeout. Celtics up. Celtics up 71-59. Yeah, I totally agree right there. Like Al Horford, he always plays tough defensively. Like 110% effort, even when his shots aren't falling for sure. Like, makes up for it. Same as Derek White. Derek White tonight. Doesn't matter that this game's a lock in the seed column for the Celtics at the 2 seed. He's got 3 blocks tonight. Like, we could see right from the start who was the positive guys tonight on the floor for the Celtics. Like, guys who were hungry to compete tonight. Right from the start, it was Derek White. And then Al Horford stepped up. And then Pritchard. Like, those 3 guys have been excellent today. 12 points by White with 5 assists, 3 blocks. Horford's got 13. Double-double by Horford. 13 points, 10 rebounds. That's his 3rd double-double in the last 6 games. So 50% double-double rate in the last 6 games for Horford. And if you put money on that for Al Horford double-double, you're hitting that at plus odds. Like, it's going to be around like plus 600, plus 700 for odds. So you're racking in some good cash right there if you bet Al Horford to record a double-double last couple of games, because he's done exactly that for Al Horford. Well, it's good. McDougal, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. $71.59. 7:38 left to go in the third. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Actually, my clock's a little bit fast. It's 7:50 left to go in this third quarter. Feel free to join in the Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Bracket Challenge group. I got there pinned into the chat. All are welcome to join. It's totally free. The same exact thing that we just did for the NCAA Tournament Challenge on ESPN. I just activated an NBA Playoff Challenge bracket group, and all are welcome to be a part. It's, I believe it's the first time that we've ever done that for the NBA Challenge bracket group. We get back to action right now. Celtics by 12, Hornets with possession. Left to right in the floor for Charlotte. First time in the second half for number 31, T-John Saloon, as he is a rookie. A jumper straight away for 3, and Curry knocks it down. Nine-point game, Celtics with possession. Tatum on the floor with Horford, Cornette, Holiday, and White, as Tatum goes right to the cup and he scores up and off the backboard. Runner, no good off the mark by Nurkic inside the key. Tatum collects his 6th rebound of the night. Tatum brings it up the floor. Tatum steps into a 3. Tatum left it off the back rim, no good. Out of bounds off of Charlotte. It was off of Nurkic. Yeah, wow. Red Sox getting pounded right now against the White Sox. It's been pretty yucky where I am, too. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 40 degrees and downpouring rain tomorrow. Runner inside the key by Cornette. That's not his shot there, taking a 15-footer. Usually does a lot of his work at the rim as he missed it straight away. Charlotte with possession. Outside of Nurkic. Nurkic hand off to KJ Simpson. Coming around the screen, gets tripped up and fouled. And Derek White right now in some pain currently as he got tangled up with KJ Simpson. Oh boy. You don't want to see that right now in a meaningless game. Derek White trying to come around the screen, gets contacted by Nurkic around the screen there. You do not want to see that. Derek White wincing a little bit, trying to walk it off right now. The tough shoulder and a little bit of pain currently there as it was called on Derek White on the foul. So they didn't get Nurkic there. Or yeah, they did get Nurkic. They did get Nurkic on the illegal screen. So Nurkic with an illegal screen. Offensive foul charge to Charlotte as it goes back to Boston. White still on the floor. It's White, Tatum, Hauser, Cornette, and Holiday to 5 of the court. White dribbles up inside the key. White puts up the shot. He scores up and off the backboard. 2 more for D. White. Billy, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Glad to have you back in. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, congrats to the Florida Gators national champions. Curry steps into a 3 right over Cornette. Splash it through for the triple. 10-point game. Down to 6 minutes left to go in the third. Celtics cross midcourt with Tatum. Tatum, crossover. Rhythm 3 at the right wing, left it short off the rim. Rebound controlled by Simpson for Charlotte. Simpson up the floor. Slides it off to his right to Nurkic. Nurkic outside over to number 3 for Charlotte, who jacks up a 3. Missed off the back iron by Daquan Jeffries, and the rebound tipped over to Jrue Holiday. Tatum 14, 6, and 7 tonight for points, rebounds, and assists. Holiday, low block, lost it, turnover. 75-65 with 5:27 left. Al Horford's got a double-double, 13 and 11 for points and rebounds. Celtics got 5 guys, Carly, in double figures. 14 points by Tatum, 14 points by White, 13 by Horford, 11 by Porzingis, 10 by Pritchard, and a missed shot there by the Hornets from point-blank range. Bad pass by White, got picked off in transition by KJ Simpson. Kick out to the wing, Saloon. Saloon at the elbow finds Curry. And Curry caught in the travel violation. Turnover once again by the Hornets. We are down to 5 minutes left to go in the third here. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Feel free to join in the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge group for the NBA Playoff Challenge. That link is posted in the chat. It's pinned in the chat, and all are welcome to join once again and be a part of this year's NBA Playoff Challenge group. Coming off the screen, a dribble handoff by Sam Hauser. It is pure. Bang, bang from the perimeter on a laser. Able to rip it down to the 3 by Hauser. 13-point lead for the Celtics. Celtics 14 for 34 from the perimeter. 11 for 25 at 44% tonight for Charlotte. And the putback is there for 2 for Nurkic. Celtics have possession. White on top finds Tatum. Tatum up fake. Tatum no look pass right wing. Derek White catch and fire 3. Rattles in another triple. Derek White tonight over his player prop, up to 17 in this game. 14-point lead for Boston. Curry, runner at the elbow, swoosh. Down to 4 minutes left to play in the third. Tatum top of the key, slides it off to Holiday at the left wing. Jrue Holiday, 1-on-1. He is guarded by Seth Curry. Holiday dribbles up, a low block, fall away. Holiday off the glass, too strong. Offensive rebound. Cornette puts it up. Cornette no good. Rebound goes to Nurkic for Charlotte. Charlotte hanging in a 21.5-point underdog. And away from the basketball, far side of the floor, Tatum picks up a personal foul. Not many fouls at all tonight. Tatum, out of the 6 total Celtics team fouls in this entire game, he's got 3 of those. He's got half of the personal fouls tonight for the Celtics. 9 as a team for Charlotte. Nobody in deep foul trouble tonight for the Hornets. So Tatum will stay in the game with those 3 personal fouls. Holiday, Cornette, Hauser, White, and Tatum, the 5 of the court. Inbound goes from Curry to Nurkic. Nurkic at the left wing perimeter. Down by 12 for Charlotte. Dribbles up to the elbow. Nurkic lob to Curry, left baseline. Curry double teamed by White and Holiday. Now guarded by White himself. Off to Nurkic. Dribble drive penetration. Bouncing bodies. Working on Cornette. Stripped by Cornette. Turns it over. Celtics with the basketball. Holiday up the floor. Finds Hauser. Catch and fire on a 3. He drills it. Sam Hauser rips it through from the perimeter. 15-point lead for the Celtics. Hauser got 9, looking to be the 6th player in double figures tonight. Derek White with a big rejection up to his 4th block of the night. Charlotte still with possession. The 3 taken at the wing, skipped around the rim and out. Tatum collects rebound at number 7 tonight for JT. Holiday, jumper, mid-range, off the rim, short. Rebound secured here for Charlotte with number 7, Damian Baugh. Hornets with possession. 2:40 left to go in the third. Saloon. Hand off to Curry. Curry at the right wing. Lob on top over to Nurkic. Nurkic at the top of the key. Takes on Cornette. Hand off back to Damian Baugh. Baugh defended by Tatum. Bounce pass at the left wing. Outside to the corner. Curry jacks up the corner 3, and he buries it. 84-72 right now. Hanging in this game for Charlotte. Celtics with possession. Derek White at the left wing perimeter. Screen gets set here by Cornette. White dribbles around the screen. White, runner inside the key. White makes it look easy tonight with 2 more points. 14-point lead, 2 minutes left to go for Boston in the third. Nurkic tries a three. Nurkic hits it. 86-75. Scoring start to pick up right now. Celtics outscoring Charlotte 32-22 in this third quarter. Tatum, leaner. Tatum got it to go. If they count it, the foul occurred before the jump shot by JT. They will not count the two. And this will take us to a timeout here. 1:44 left to go in the third quarter. Celtics up by 11 as we head to the media timeout. This is actually a timeout taken by Joe Mazzola here with 1:44 left to go in the third. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. If you'd like to be notified for future live streams on the channel, be sure to feel free to join in on this year's Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge group for the Bracket Challenge. That link is pinned in the chat. All are welcome to join in and be a part of this year's Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge group on ESPN. We will go over to the NBA scoreboard right now, and this is what it looks like currently here. Milwaukee Bucks, if they can close out, they would secure the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs, a 111-106 lead against the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons would be the 6th seed if they lose that game tonight, and the Pistons would take on the Knicks. The Bucks would take on the Pacers in the first round. Magic are smashing the Pacers 111-79. Indiana pretty content with a 4 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Hawks, well, they start to get going here in the fourth quarter. The Hawks now leading the Sixers by 13, 111-98. So Atlanta helping out the cause for themselves. The number 8 team currently in the Eastern Conference will be sent to the play-in round. For Atlanta, that's a guaranteed play-in spot for them. Knicks lead the Cavs 72-60. Knicks with a win tonight would wrap up the number 3 seed in the East. The Bulls up at the half against Washington 58-43. And the Heat up against the Pelicans 68-51, while the Mavs lead the Raptors 35-25. Everybody playing a key role, doing their part tonight. Major matchup between the Grizzlies and the Nuggets tonight. That's a huge game going down. Once again, between Denver and Memphis. Denver are 6.5-point favorites. Wow, closing in on 10 million. Welcome back in. We got Jay Ramirez out on the stream here. I might be live this Sunday. I'm not entirely sure. If I am live, I'm not sure which one I'll do just yet. I'll probably post in the community tab. It depends on what's at stake. If there's a game at stake that's on national TV, I'll probably stream that game. I believe it's the Warriors who's playing on Sunday at like 3:30 for a game that could be at stake with seeding. If not, then I'll probably stream the Celtics and Hornets again, but another meaningless game or so that the seed's already been wrapped up for Boston. But yeah, Golden State and the Clippers, that game could mean something in terms of seeding. I was supposed to cover a baseball game on Sunday. That game actually got canceled due to the rain, so it frees up my my Sunday. I was supposed to see my girlfriend on Sunday after the baseball game, but it's probably not looking too well. As Tatum gets credit for the bucket goaltend violation charged to Mark Williams for Charlotte coming back from the timeout here. Yeah, a lot of sickness going around right now, so she hasn't been feeling too well the past couple of days or so. Minute and a half left to go in this third quarter. Charlotte with possession, so I'll probably be back live on Sunday, most likely, for the next stream. Possibly Golden State, the Clippers, for that stream, because that could mean something if it means something in that matchup there in terms of seeding. Catch and fire, 3 by Hauser. He's in the zone. Drills the 3 ball. 91-75. Derek White is a playmaker. Really got off the chains recently. 7 assists tonight for Derek White. Hauser, double figures for him off the bench. He's got 12. Circling around inside the key for Charlotte. Peyton Pritchard hasn't even played this entire third quarter. Saloon at the right wing. Towards his left off the dribble. Saloon, a kick out to the corner. Spin cycle here by number 33 for Charlotte. Missed off the glass too strong, as it was off the mark by Jalen Sims. Rebound control by Tatum. White finds Tatum. Tatum around the perimeter. Tatum, 1-on-1, jacks up the 3 over Sims, left it short, tipped up in the air. Williams with a defensive rebound. And the final possession goes to Charlotte here, and Tatum picks up a reach and foul. That's his fourth. And Tatum playing too aggressive tonight on the defensive side of the floor with 4 personal fouls. Yeah, I told her that a couple of days ago. I think she said she had something like some sort of tea that had some sort of helpful properties to it. Missed 3 off the front rim by Charlotte as we close out the end of this third quarter here. 91-75, 16-point lead for the Celtics as we turn the page, about to enter the fourth quarter coming up. Alright, if you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. So right now we closed out at the end of 3. Also, for those who are seeing this for the first time out there, I activated the Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge group. I think it's the first time that I've done it before in the channel, so feel free to join in for the Behind the Arc Basketball ESPN NBA Playoff Bracket Challenge group. That link is pinned in the chat, and all are welcome to be a part and fill out an NBA playoff bracket for this year's NBA Bracket Challenge group. So everybody tonight in the NBA right now taking care of business for the most part. Bucks lead the Pistons 103-106. Milwaukee can secure the number 5 seed with a win over the Pistons. The Pistons would be the 6th seed in the playoffs. Magic up against the Pacers 116-89. Magic have already secured the 7th seed. Pacers will be the 4th seed, it looks like, since they rested all their starters tonight. Hawks lead the Sixers by 18 now, 120-102. Hawks still in the number 8 seed in the play-in game. And Knicks up against the Cavs. Knicks will have to beat the Cavs. Right now, it's only a 10-point lead midway through the third for New York, 74-64. So anything possible in that game, but that's not a good sign for New York, playing all their starters against the backups for the Cavs right now. As we're about to get ready to go back to action. Torrey Craig on the floor starting off the fourth quarter. And a quick turnover, charge to Charlotte, botching the inbound. Torrey Craig disrupted it with a inbound pressure, and this will be Celtics basketball. Torrey Craig, Neemias Queta, Peyton Pritchard, Baylor Shireman starting off the fourth quarter for the Celtics. Inbound goes to Pritchard. Pritchard at the top of the key. Sends it over to Hauser at the left wing. Into the hands to Pritchard. Did not play an entire third quarter. This is quarter to go off. Kick out corner. Quarter 3. Hauser rattled out. No good. A rebound secured by Damian Ball for Charlotte. Down by 16 right now for the Hornets. KJ Simpson slides on top over to T. John Saloon. We should see physicality pick up here because these are the Celtics role players, bench rotation guys who's getting minutes in this game playing to see if they could bolster their chances to crack the rotation and come playoff time. Guys like Baylor Shireman, Neemias Queta, and Torrey Craig. Shireman had it stripped out of bounds. It will stay Celtics ball. Yeah, what to expect here in the fourth quarter. Slower pace, fewer made shots, physicality ramped up. That's what we're going to see as the Celtics lead 91-75. Inbound goes to Pritchard. Pritchard steps into a wide open 3. Tees it up. Kaboom. He sinks it. 94-75, largest lead of the game for the Celtics, up by 19. A quick timeout taken in the court, charge to Charlotte. Peyton Pritchard up to now 13 points off the bench tonight. Celtics got way too many weapons. 6 guys in double figures. 19 by White, 16 by Tatum. 13 by Pritchard, 13 by Horford, 12 by Hauser, 11 by Porzingis. Way too many weapons tonight. These are the guys that's gone over their player props. Al Horford, 13 points, 11 rebounds, went over his player prop tonight. Derek White, 19.7 assists, 4 blocks, went over his player prop tonight. There's only 2 guys that's gone over their player prop for points. Jason Tatum, 8 assists, though. That's over his assist player prop tonight. Jrue Holiday, 4 assists. That's over his 3.5 assist player prop. Yeah, this game was close at the end of one. Celtics were tied up 25-25, but just things completely changed in the second half. Boston outscored Charlotte 37-22. Looks like right now the rest is history. $94-75. 16 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds tonight for Jason Tatum as we come back to action. 94-75, Celtics by 19. Charlotte with possession at the right corner. Charlotte's got their bench guys on the floor as well. Here's a steal. Craig came up with a steal. Pritchard, right baseline dribble. Kick out to the corner off the Shireman. Outside finds Craig. Craig at the left wing. Craig, top of the key. Takes the 3. Off the back from no good. A rebound secured by Mark Williams for the Hornets. Number 7 with Damian Ball up the floor. Hand off to Jalen Sims. Sims rejected by Cato. Not clean, though, as free throws coming up. It's a personal foul charge to Neemias Queta. So, pair of free throws here at the line for Charlotte. First one is good. Second free throw, rolled around the rim and out. Craig there to control the defensive rebounds. Really good opportunity right now for a guy like Torrey Craig to get some minutes on the floor currently. Craig sends it on top over to Pritchard. Pritchard towards his right off the dribble. Crossover. Pritchard dribbles up, drives on Simpson at the elbow. Rise and fire for the jumper. He got fouled before the jump shot. So this will reset the possession. The Celtics will have the basketball. Far side of the floor. Craig, the inbound passer. Hey, best of luck there for your next game, Jeffrey. Pritchard, dribble, drive, inside, circles around, floats it up over the top, and missed the mark on what appeared to be a pass as it hit the rim instead there by Pritchard. Cross-court pass. Pritchard late to close out. Corner three by Charlotte. Bricked off the back rim. Offensive rebound controlled by Williams. Williams blocked by Cada. Tip to the perimeter. There goes Pritchard, and his outlet missed the mark of Shireman. Right back off the steal by Charlotte as Charlotte attacks the paint, and Damian Baugh scores the layup. 94-78. 8 turnovers tonight by the Celtics. 11 turnovers by Charlotte. Celtics with possession. Cada, top of the free throw circle. Off towards his right, off the dribble. Hand off Craig. Craig at the elbow, lob to Cada. Cada bouncing bodies, guarded by Mark Williams. Cada, hook shot over. Williams got it. Nebius Cada looking for the shooting foul. Could not get the call, but that was a strong move with the right hand baby hook. 35-35 bench points tonight as we are tied in total bench points. And that pass sails to the second row of the seats. A turnover for the 12th time tonight for the Hornets. Feel free to join in on this year's Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge. The link is pinned in the chat, and all are welcome to be a part of this year's Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge. Create an NBA playoff bracket once it comes out right after Sunday. Jumper is good by Pritchard. 20-point lead for Boston. Peyton Pritchard's got 15 tonight on 6 for 7 shooting, making it look easy. Right baseline dribble for Baugh. Sends it down low. Nurkic left it off the rim short. Craig couldn't come up with a rebound. It's Nurkic. And Nurkic off a double team here as we got a turnover charge to Charlotte. Nurkic signaling challenge. And the Hornets do not appear to be challenging this call. So this will be Celtics basketball up by 20. Pritchard on the floor with Hauser, Cada, Shireman, and Craig. Pritchard dribbles, drives up to the elbow, circles towards his left. Pritchard outside floats the pass off to Hauser. Hauser takes his defender inside the key. Hauser gets around one defender, missed off the mark, no good. A battle for the rebound and gets hauled down by the Hornets here. 20-point lead for the Celtics. Euro step down low, stripped, turnover. As Charlotte couldn't maintain possession. We approach the 8-minute mark left to play. Hauser catching fire. 3 off the rim, no good. Tipped around, a rebound. Right back over to Charlotte here. Simpson up the floor. Finds his teammate. Kick out. Corda. Saloon. Corner 3 off the back rim, no good. We got bricks constantly. Rebound controlled by Torrey Craig. Outside. Shireman tees up an open 3 in transition. Kaboom. Baylor. Shireman sizzles the triple. 101-78 for Boston. Hornets going to slow down tempo right now as the Celtics just came out with a knockout punch. And the Hornets turn it over once again. Wide open 3 by Pritchard. Pull up J from the parking lot. The edge of the TD Garden logo. Rock on. Timeout on the floor taken by the Hornets. 104-78 as this will take us to the timeout. Peyton Pritchard. 18 points, 7 for 8 shooting, 4 for 4 from 3 in 17 minutes tonight, folks. 7:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. Celtics dominant right now in half 2. Not even close in the second half. The Celtics are outscoring Charlotte in half 2, 50-25. Celtics are doubling up the Hornets here in half 2. Siegel, welcome back in, bud. Thanks for joining back in, man. Yeah, Red Sox do not look good tonight. Yeah, Celtics looking really good right now. I'm not sure just yet. Yeah, I was supposed to have a baseball game on Sunday. That got postponed. I might, if there's a game that has like seeding implications, I might do that game on Sunday. I believe it's Golden State against the Clippers, which might have seeding implications. I might do a stream for that one. Because the Celtics have already locked up the 2 seed. Dominant performance here in half 2 for the Celtics, outscoring Charlotte 50-25 right now in total points. Peyton Pritchard, 18 points in 17 minutes. We get back to action. Charlotte with a possession. Ball got broken up off the Nurkic pass, intercepted by Shireman. Up the floor finds Craig. Kick out corner. Pritchard spots up for the 3 off the back rim. No good. Offensive rebound controlled by Craig. Hauser sends it off to Craig. Jab step at the top. Craig. Free throw circle finds Hauser. 6 in the shot clock. Hauser launches the 3. Swoosh. Sam Hauser, bang, bang, sizzles the triple. 107-78. 13 a zip run by the Celtics last 2.5 minutes. Shovel pass underneath. Nurkic, backdoor layup gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Charlotte. This game right now is not close. Not close. First free throw by Nurkic. That is good. Feel free to be a part of this year's Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge group. That link is pinned in the chat. All are welcome to be a part of this year's Behind the Arc Basketball NBA Playoff Challenge group. Second free throw is good. 107-80. Celtics cross midcourt with Pritchard. Pritchard at the top. Key bounce pass over to Queta. Queta dribbles up to the free throw circle. Handoff. Hauser coming off the screen. Takes the 3 at the left wing. Off the back rim. No good. A rebound secured for the Hornets here. So we're down to under 6.5 minutes left to go. Nurkic no look pass on top. Damian Ball open 3. Sends it home. 107-83. Pritchard crosses midcourt. Gonna slow down tempo here. The dominant Celtics performance in half 2 tonight. Torrey Craig. Edge in the midcourt logo. Dribbles up. Bounce pass off to Queta. Top of the free throw circle. Handoff Shireman. Shireman 5 of the shot clock. Shireman. Dish outside to the corner. Queta. Jumper. Nebius Queta knocking down the J with some range there. Deep 2 baseline jumper by Queta. How he's been able to improve his game. That's huge as Charlotte bears a quick 3 with Salon. Pritchard, cross-court pass off to Queta. Queta, top of the free throw circle. Gives it over to Hauser around the perimeter. Hauser. Outside, pass broken up. Pritchard hustles, comes up with a loose ball. Pritchard, 6 in the timer. Pritchard circles around. Pritchard, step back jumper. High archer, connects in the deep 2. Big time shot right there over the top of a defender by Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard's got 20 points in 19 minutes tonight, folks. The lob sent to the wing. Nurkic gets fouled, contacted by Craig. That's the second personal foul charged to Boston this quarter. $111.86 with 5:01 left. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate everybody for joining and being a part here on the channel tonight. Charlotte gets the inbounds. Simpson with possession around the perimeter, slides it off to his right. Back outside, Simpson. Simpson tries a three. Off the back rim, no good. Shireman came up with a defensive rebound into the hands to Hauser. Hauser, dump off, down low. Torrey Craig sends it through with a two-handed flush. 113-86. Torrey Craig running the floor. Hauser with an assist. Quick miss three by Charlotte. Rebound controlled by Pritchard. Pritchard finds Hauser. Dump off down low. Cada at the low block. And a personal foul charge to Charlotte here. It's on number 33 for the Hornets with Jalen Sims. Yeah, really embarrassing, man. The Hornets played their best basketball tonight against the Celtics starters, which were going through the motions. And once the Celtics bench guys came into the game, they're playing hungry, and they took it to Charlotte. This was really embarrassing, the second half that was played tonight by Charlotte. Pritchard at the top of the key. Peyton Pritchard slides it off to Hauser, comes off the screen, launches the three off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound, putbacks good by Shireman. 115-86, nobody there for the Hornets to box out. Baylor Shireman now up with 5 points off the bench. Celtics got 6 guys in double figures currently. Missed 3 from the corner by the Hornets. Another 3 taken by Saloon. Left it short. Shireman with a defensive rebound. Down to 4 minutes left to go. Pritchard. Nice dime. Cutting to the hoop. Trailing. That is Hauser who scores. Up and off the glass. Tonight belongs to Sam Hauser. 17 points by Sam Hauser tonight. Peyton Pritchard's got 20. 8-zip run last minute and a half here for Boston. Celtics by 21. That's where the spread was for this game tonight. Jumper, no good. Off the back iron. Missed by number 67. And that is Taj Gibson, the former New York Knick for the Hornets. Corner 3 by Shireman. Missed off the back heel. No good. Rebound secured back to Simpson for the Hornets. Kick out to the corner off to Saloon. A shovel underneath. It's Gibson who scores the layup. Backdoor up and off the glass. 117-88. Celtics just went over their team total prop with 3.5 minutes left. Pritchard puts 119 on the board. 119-88 for the Celtics. Under 3 minutes left to go. Charlotte gonna slow it down. Lob, backdoor, slammed through for the two-headed flush. 119-90. Celtics will keep on slowing down tempo here. Pritchard sends it off to Hauser. Hauser, pull up Jay, straight away, cans the triple. All Celtics right now in half two here, folks. 122-90 with 2.5 left. Got a quick foul charge to the Celtics here away from the ball. 122-90. Yeah, that's at 212. It's going to go over for the total for this game. I thought it was going to go under for a lot of it for tonight. Both of these teams constantly went under, but unless we don't have another field goal made, then it will go under. That's the only opportunity it has for tonight here. Inbound goes to the Hornets. Gibson, spin cycle. Gibson blocked off the glass by Cada. Celtics with possession. J.D. Davison on the floor for the first time tonight alongside Drew Peterson. Davison, G League Player of the Year this season. Handoff. Peterson, good for 3. Everything cooking tonight for Boston. 125-90. 23 made threes tonight for the Celtics. They started off really cold to begin this game. And that pass gets deflected out of bounds off Peterson. Yeah, that should be a really good game. Yeah, I'm thinking about probably doing the national game if I'm around on Sunday as the Hornets turn it over. Craig with a steal. J.D. Davison get it upstairs with a right-hand hammer. Everybody making an impact tonight. 22 by Pritchard, 20 by Hauser, 19 by White, 16 by Tatum, a double-double of 13 and 11 by Al Horford, 11 points by Porzingis, 8 points by Luke Cornett. J.D. Davison with his first 2 of the night as Charlotte's able to put it back up and then off the initial miss. 127-92, minute 20 left to go. J.D. Davison, bad pass on the bounce pass. Went on the bounce. It was off of Torrey Craig. Straight up hustlers out here on the floor for the Celtics all game long. Guys like Torrey Craig making an impact. That's 3 steals. That's a game high for total steals tonight for Torrey Craig. And that jumper's good. Approaching the final minute left to go by Charlotte here. 127-94 as we're down to 1 minute left to play. Davison. Around the perimeter. Pushes it on top off to Jordan Walsh. Towards his left off the dribble. Jacks up a 3. Skidded off the rim. And Simpson controls the defensive rebound. Simpson finds Jeffries. Back to Simpson. Yep, not about how you start. How about how you finish? And the Celtics smashed the Hornets in half 2 tonight. This game was not close. 37 points in the third quarter. That 3. Or that's a 2-point play by Keita plus the foul. He's going to have an opportunity for a 3-point play coming up here with 26 seconds left. 129-94. 37 points in the third quarter. About to get 39 if they can get this. And Keita does. 39 points for the Celtics. That's 76 points put up in the second half. Compared to 41 by the Hornets. Celtics outscored the Hornets 76-41 in the second half. That's a plus 35 scoring margin in favor of Boston at half 2. And the free throw is good. It's 130-94 tonight. As this about wraps up the game. Charlotte, final possession. Outside to the wing. The 3 taken off the mark. No good. Peterson controls the defensive rebound. And that will do it here, folks. The Boston Celtics win big tonight. 130-94 the final score. The Celtics pick up win number 60 this season. They rested their entire starting lineup for the fourth quarter, and the Celtics took this game by storm in the second half and outscored the Hornets by a landslide in half number 2. Thanks all for joining and being a part of the stream tonight. Before I do wrap up this one, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm probably going to be back live on Sunday, most likely covering. I'm not sure just yet, but if it's... I saw the Warriors and the Clippers are a nationally televised game that might have playoff seeding implications. So I'm leaning towards probably covering that one since it has meaning for that game coming up on Sunday most likely. If any of you guys want to join the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge group for the NBA Playoff Challenge, that link is posted in the chat. All are welcome to be a part of this year's NBA Playoff Challenge group. That link is posted in the chat. Feel free to be a part of this year's NBA Playoff Challenge. And we're going to close out here to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason Bradley, Ward Kelly, I Am Ghost, Anaja Player, Asia Ice Ice Baby, Katie Ogie, SGA Sports Talk, Lonely Satellite, Michael, John, Norma, Jonathan, Guido, and Mark. Thanks for joining in tonight for this one here. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, everybody. As the Celtics beat the Hornets 130-94, the final score. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. I'll see you guys soon.